Hello everyone and welcome back to another Rogue Company video. We now have a slew of intel rogues being Talon, Dallas, and the brand new Seeker. So in this video, we're going to be covering which one out of the bunch is the best at their job and why you should be running them. Before we do start this video, be sure to subscribe for daily, awesome, and informative Rogue Company content, as well as follow my Twitter linked below for updates on everything. Now, let's begin. So before we really dive into this, I did want to quickly tell you that we're going to be going over each rogue and their ability to do their job, which is obviously gaining, the intel on the enemy. So going over who has a better loadout, who has the better weapons, gadgets, that really does not matter in this video. To start everything off, we're going to cover Dallas as he's the more widely available rogue to everyone. His target finder ability is obviously what categorizes him as an intel rogue, because when it's used it reveals the closest enemy to him for a short amount of time, which to be specific is about 5 seconds. The main counters to this ability is Cloaked, which cuts the reveal time in half, and Lancer's Quick and Quiet ability, which grants her immunity to being detected while activated. Unlike the other rogues, Dallas specifically reveals one rogue instead of a group, which may cause some problems. Let's say you reveal someone that's closest to you. This person may not even know your whereabouts, but around a different corner, there may be someone further away, but is much more immediate and knows about you and is about to kill you than, the person that you snapped. Other than this, Dallas for sure has an amazing ability. Being able to fully reveal an enemy for the amount of time he can is great and can help your team as well as yourself pick off an enemy easily in the beginning of a match. His recharge passive ability on top of this almost makes him overpowered. If you're hitting your shots and getting downs, you're going to easily be able to reveal enemies multiple times, even in just one single round. To put him into a box and really generalize him, people tend to use him as a rogue who can pick off a person one by one, but really isn't the best at gaining a bunch of intel unless he finishes off that person and regains his ability. Moving on to Talon, we're covering him next as he's been a rogue for a very long time, and once again, is pretty much widely available for the entire community. Unlike Dallas, Talon's way of gaining intel on the enemy is in the form of a radar dart ability and then using his mag gloves passive to pull it back where he is and then throw it elsewhere. Sweeping locations and flanks is his specialty, and on top of this, his form of revealing is actually red dots on the minimap instead of a full body reveal, which is an upside as the cloaked perk cannot counter this. It reveals enemies within a 20-meter radius and can even be picked up by, it can pick up enemies through surfaces. The only downside is both throwing and reclaiming the dart will make a sound, so alert enemies may be able to catch you doing it and possibly destroy your dart. Contrary to Dallas, he's a more defensive intel gathering rogue instead of an offensive intel gathering rogue who uses it to go off and pick up enemies. Finally, we have our newest rogue Seeker. His arrow scanner ability allows him to shoot an arrow that bounces off of surfaces, and along with this it'll reveal all enemies within its flight path, and to be specific, it has a 7.5 meter radius. This has the potential to reveal an entire team throughout a large area, and just like Dallas, it'll reveal the player's location specifically instead of up on the minimap. He's also more of an offensive intel rogue as he can quickly shoot that arrow, maybe even dealing some damage, give his team the intel that they need on whether to push or not and do what they need to do. I don't really see him fitting well into any defensive setup, but let me know if you disagree down in the comments. Now to actually begin ranking who's worst and who's best. And just to remind you, this is my opinion. Obviously you can have a different opinion, but this is what I feel, so if you have a different opinion, once again, let me know down in the comments. In the very last spot, I have Dallas. His snap is obviously super useful, especially paired along with his passive, but he's limited by the person who's using him. Obviously, if you're not getting those picks and picking up kills, you're not really going to be great use to your team. Secondly, I have Seeker. His bow has a crazy recharge time of just 30 seconds, which I personally believe should be nerfed, and using this he can reveal a ton of enemies over and over, but it's only really useful in certain offensive situations. Finally, Talon. He's number one because his radar dart is amazing on both offensive sweeps and locking down lanes on defense, as well as having no real counter, and that's just amazing. He can easily throw it out, get intel for himself and his team, and then drag it out, putting himself in no danger at all, and then doing it all over again. That is my ranking of the best intel rogues, but obviously I'm sure many of you have different opinions, so be sure to give me them down below in the comments. If you did enjoy the video or found it useful, leave a like rating and subscribe. Thank you for watching my video, and hopefully I'll be seeing you in the next one.